9:30.
Welcome back, guys. I'm here with my bestie, Kaleigh. Hi! So we're gonna be filming a Q&A, so we're just at the Y Beach. And I did a question box on my Instagram story, and I took some of the questions from that, and we're just gonna answer them. It's gonna be really fun. Right, Kaleigh?
Yes. I'm sweating my balls off and I don't even have any. Serious. It's hot. Oh, I can't wait for these. Alright, guys. So this is your sex therapist, boy therapist, life therapist.
This is exactly why I wanted her on the channel, guys. Okay, so like I said, I did a question box on my Instagram story, and we're gonna answer a few questions off of that. So I wrote down 10 of them. So
Oh wow, we had a lot of questions.
yeah, literally have my camera just like propped up on some freaking towels. But the view's nice. The view's pretty, and there's people over there, which is kind of why I didn't want to go over there. But
They're shirtless.
we're gonna make it work. They are kind of cute, as far as I can tell. Although we can't see anything.
Okay.
All right, guys. Question number 1: how long have we been friends? Like, how did we meet? That was basically what the question
Girl Scouts.
Wait, it was either Girl Scouts or dance class.
No, it's definitely dance. No, I don't know.
Or was it freaking elementary school?
I know it was sometime in elementary school. Yeah, we did dance.
We've been in elementary school together. Well, we've been in school since the beginning. Her mom teaches kindergarten at the school we went to. And we did dance together since we were like 6.
And then we started doing cheer in middle school, and then we were friends all through high school.
Yeah. And now we're still friends somehow, even though we like never see each other.
Long distance, baby, it works.
Long distance friendship. Second question: where do you guys go to school? What are your majors?
I go to Erskine. It's a small private school. Nobody really knows about it.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Literally nowhere,
Yeah.
but if you're ever out there, just let me know, because I'll probably see you guys, because there's no one there. And my major is early childhood education.
So I go to college at Charleston. I mentioned that before on my channel earlier. And I don't have a major. I still don't have a major. And I actually don't even know what classes I should be taking this semester. I just dropped a class, and now I have like 13 hours instead of 18.
You can always drop an ad, though.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Question 3. How do you maintain a long distance friendship? I guess the main thing is just like seeing each other when we are in the same place. So like right now it's like summer break.
Yeah.
And then I hung out with you a few weekends.
Yeah.
We
came. And we went to Charlotte together. Sorry,
that trip. That trip was so funny.
That was life lesson. You're talking about men. Don't drive to Charlotte, because they might just end up being weird.
Sorry guys, I had to put my mic fuzzy thing over it so that you couldn't hear the wind. But we were talking about long distance friendships. I think you were talking.
Yeah, I was saying, like, you have to be okay with, like, not seeing each other all the time. Like, I feel like, especially when you come out of high school, you're like, oh, we're gonna be best friends forever, and, like, we're always gonna see each other and stuff. Like, the reality is, like, you're most likely not gonna see each other all the time. And, like, sometimes, like, we go for, like, months without speaking to each other, and it's just, like, we kind of, like,
We always pick up where we left off, though.
Yes.
Because we have, like, a very strong foundation of our friendship. So, like, we've known each other for so freaking long. And also, you always have so much to tell me. I could, like, literally listen to you talk about it all day long.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I feel like, to sum it up, you have to be okay with... Oh, the other thing is, too, I feel like you can't be jealous. Like, I'm really close with my roommate, and you're really close with your roommates, but it's like we always know we're gonna be best friends, like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and also just, like, trust is a huge thing.
Yes, because unlike men, with women, you can trust each other.
I love you so much.
Just life lesson there.
Yeah, that's good advice. Okay, now number 4 is probably gonna be the one we talk about the longest. Boy advice.
Sorry, are there men on those channels that are loyal?
You know what? My only advice is just don't.
You know,
just don't. It's not worth it.
There's so many things we could talk. Okay, let's see. Number 1. Go out with him first, and then figure out what his intentions are.
Do not hang out with a guy for the first time if they hit you up saying, "What are you doing?" at like 9 p.m. and later, because he's just trying to get in your pants.
Oh. Also,
do
don't go for the guys that are like, you should come to me. Like, guys should come to you. You don't go to them.
Preach it.
Like, if you go back to, I don't know, some of you are religious. Like, some religions believe that too. And, like, you know, that's why men have balls. So that's what I believe. Because they're the ones that are supposed.
I mean, I think it's okay if, like, they can't come to you, but if they're just like, "Oh, babe, I'm tired. I'm like,
come
sore
to me.
From practice.
Why don't you come over to my apartment?"
Yeah, if they don't take you out, don't go out with them.
Why don't we meet at cookout? Well, that's even never mind. That's even worse. It's like set up for car sex.
Don't do that either.
Yes. Oh, let's see. Don't give out too many chances. I did that with the first guy I dated.
Forgiveness is overrated.
Yes. Like, if they say they've changed, like, I got stood up, like, 4 times, and then I still went out with them. Why, I don't know. And also pay attention to how they treat you. I feel like that goes a long way.
Oh, yeah, another main thing is, if he's bringing you more problems than he's bringing you happiness, then you need to cut him out.
That's a good one.
If it's a constant battle, and it's like, half the time you love him and half the time you hate him, it's not worth your time, because that's toxicity.
And don't beg for attention. I used to do that. I had a serious
Girl, you
boyfriend.
still do that?
Okay, we're not stating this, okay? Damn it. The second guy that I dated, which I consider like well, he wasn't really my first real boyfriend, but he was the first guy I loved, like my first love. But we dated for like pretty much a year and a half, maybe a little under. And I realized like the whole time that I dated him, like she said, like, you want to look for more, like, good than you do bad, because the more I think about it, like, at first I was like, this is horrible. He ended up breaking up with me, like, oh my word, like, I'm never going to be happy again. But then when I was out of the relationship, I realized, like, there were actual guys who wanted to go out with me, and, like, people who will put you first. Like, I noticed that I was constantly going over, you know, being like, when are we going to hang out again? When are we going to hang out again? And it's like, they should be asking you, like, it's a 50-50. It shouldn't be the girls doing everything and the guys just, like, doing whatever.
If he wanted to, he would.
And he should always pay for you. Okay, I get it, like, if you've been dating for a long time, though, and, like, you do, like, vice versa, like, he pays, you pay. But don't end up being like me, where the last half of the year, he was cheap and lazy, and for your 1 year, you ordered Moe's. And you asked for roses, and you got a tulip.
Yeah, guys, the last relationship I had, which was in high school, so it was kind of a while ago, it was, like, we dated for a little bit over a year. But the thing was, he never took me out on a date, and I could tell he never wanted to, and the only time we ever went on a date was for our 1 year anniversary. But that was because I wanted to go on it, but he didn't really want to. And then, like, he bought me flowers, like, right before he got there, and his family was kind of like, oh yeah, you just went and picked that up right now. And it's like, you could tell he didn't really want to do nice things for me. He just did it because he felt like he had to, not because he actually wanted to treat me nice.
Pay attention to those things too, like the minor details, like especially about the flowers. Like when I went out with that guy, I was talking about, like she just said he got her flowers at the last minute. I remember literally since the first day we went out on a date, like before we were even dating, I was like, he asked me like what was the one thing I'd really want from somebody. I was like, all I've ever wanted is somebody to bring me a dozen roses. Like it could be Valentine's Day. Like my roommate's boyfriend, they're now engaged. He literally will bring her flowers like at least once a month. And it's like a simple gesture to say like, hey, I love you. Yeah. He brings her roses every month. And I begged for that. And on Valentine's Day, I got one rose from the Dollar Tree. And then for our 1 year, I got tulips. So always remember that it is never too much to ask for something small. And they should be willing to do that for you even when you don't ask. AKA why my roommate is engaged, because she went out with good men. Good guys. A good guy.
But also, in addition to that, obviously, what am I trying to say? You also need to treat your man but the main thing is make sure he is worth it in the first place. And then, well, wait, I'm not wording that right though. Okay, so what I was trying to say is that those guys over there are so fine. They're so fine.
I can't see.
I can't really either, but they kind of look fine from a distance. Anyways, you also need to treat your man. It's definitely not a one-way street, but I guess this is more advice just to make sure that you don't date the wrong people in the first place. I'm so bad at conveying what I'm trying to think.
No, that makes sense.
I don't want you guys to think that we think it's just a guy's job to do absolutely everything for us and to like treat us all the time because it's supposed to be 50-50. But in our personal experiences, the guys that we've dated literally put in like no effort at all. So
I feel like we put in a decent amount of effort. Like I know I always did something once a month for my ex-boyfriend. Like I remember his favorite thing was like strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts. God, I hope he doesn't watch this video.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
Or anybody else that would know him. I used to get him those sometimes, or like I'd pick him up a pack of gum or something. So like, we're good girlfriends.
Yeah.
We just date.
We just dated horrible people in the past, which I mean I'm not mad at myself for it because it was freaking high school and there weren't that many options, and yeah, if I didn't have those bad experiences then I wouldn't know what
to look for.
Yeah. So is there anything else we need to say about boy advice? If there's any red flags at all, cut them off. I know sometimes if guys are attractive or if they are toxic and they treat you certain ways, if they like make you want them and they're, I don't know, just don't.
Most of the time they're going to leave if they want to sleep with you too. So if you want to actually like be sleeping with somebody or whatever, I guess you like probably should be dating them or know that if you're not and you're doing that it's probably not going to work out because that's just kind of how guys are.
Just try to avoid intimacy with guys unless you're like emotionally involved with him, because if he's just kind of using you and he expects you to do anything sexual with you without actually knowing you, then also, that's pretty much all he wants.
That's how people get STDs and stuff. Like,
don't get STDs.
No, I know that's like actually like people are probably like, what the heck? No, you don't think it's a thing until it happens. Like, I know some of my friends from school who literally have slept with people and just like not used protection and like ended up having like chlamydia and stuff, and like it's actually like kind of scary because like then the next person you're with, you kind of have to be like, hey, like, you know, if you want to be honest, I mean, God, I hope you were, but like you have to tell them. So like you don't want to end up getting something that can be curable.
Yeah, if you do have sex, be sure to wear a condom for sure. Be protected and get on birth control.
Yes.
If you're gonna have any sex, because no children. No children.
We are gonna be educated women without children.
Yes. We're gonna be single and childless forever, and we're just gonna live in our house, in our mansion together in the future.
Yeah, my mansion of a teacher's salary. And your mansion of we don't know yet. Because we don't know.
Oh my god. Okay. Number 5, how to deal with rude girls. Personally, I haven't ever really had any bad experiences with girls since like literally the 7th grade. I don't know if you had any.
I feel like I had a bunch in elementary school, but like obviously nobody in elementary school is probably gonna be watching this, but I don't know, I feel like sometimes like what I've learned is like the more you give in or you feed to them, like they're not gonna stop. Like if like say somebody's picking on me and I'm like stop picking on me, they're gonna keep doing it because they know it's getting a reaction. Versus
don't
like,
give it attention.
If you don't, then they're gonna be like, okay, well it doesn't bother them, so I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah.
And being mature, I feel like especially in like college and stuff, like girl drama happens, but it's mainly over guys. But you just have to like kind of like get over it, or just like figure it out.
Be the bigger person, unless they like legitimately do you wrong. Then like you can mess with them.
Don't pour spoiled milk on your car. Don't pour spoiled milk on their car
or corn,
because they might just.
Wait, you need to tell them.
Oh wait, no, I just worded that wrong. Okay, no, they might. Okay, there was this guy I was going out with for a while at my school, and he played soccer, and like something happened, and we called it off because he was like playing me, and then we went out again, and he was like, "I'm really sorry." Basically, he apologized, and I forgave him again. Red flag. and we went to Buff's, which is like this bar downtown, and we were just hanging out, and like couldn't drink because we were underage, so we were just like drinking. I mean, wait, so we were just like, shoot, we were just like dancing, and like I was talking to some of my friends, and I found him literally explicitly doing things with his fingers into another girl, and then told me that it was because he was trying to get a drink and that it was his friend. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. So then I thought it'd be funny to find all the girls that he cheated on me with, because he was obviously, you know, cheating on them too. And we put sticky notes all over his car and wrote all the stuff that he used to say about us, which were pretty explicit things I'm not going to say, but they were nasty. And then because I am the one who led the pact, because I don't care, thank you to my sperm donor for that. Because I'm not calling him my father. Screw dads. Okay, anyways.
Yeah,
so yeah,
screw your dad.
He poured spoiled milk in my car. Needless to say, me being the badass that I am, he left the milk jug, and so I got it fingerprinted. Wait, no, I didn't get it fingerprinted, sorry. I took the milk jug to the police department, and they said they could like fingerprint it and stuff. But I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But I just told him to tell them to leave me alone. So
Didn't he get arrested and go to jail?
that's what I heard. But
If a guy treats you wrong, send him to jail.
yeah,
Come on.
don't let them do stuff like that to you. I mean, I don't know if they for sure did, but that was what I heard. But also it could be rumor because a bunch of people heard about it. But yeah, my window's still ruined. So shout out to the soccer team for ruining my car window. And I could have charged you for it, but I didn't, because being the bigger person.
Don't talk to soccer boys.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding. I've never really talked to soccer boys. So
I dated a soccer boy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't. My brother's a soccer boy.
And then I went out with a soccer boy for my college. That's 2.
I went out with one Well, I didn't
Yeah,
even
you
go
did.
out with him. Huh?
Who was it?
In college, I hung out with this one dude one time, and he played soccer.
Oh.
But like that didn't lead anywhere. It was just like a very short-lived thing. But and he like barely spoke English, so he could barely even talk.
No,
So,
that's how you know he's hot. They don't speak English.
Okay. Question number 6. Where do you guys think you'll live in the future? I like how you do that to every single question.
I don't know. Okay, low key, I thought about Charleston or North Carolina. Wait, was it where do you think you'll live?
Yeah, like after we graduate.
It depends on where I teach, because like I know some places you have to have like, you have to go through school, like do some kind of class or something to actually teach in that state, because there's different requirements. But, well, I guess Charleston would be in South Carolina, so.
Yeah.
But in North Carolina, it would be different.
So you're either going to stay in South Carolina or North Carolina, probably?
I'm thinking, I've thought about out west, but I don't really have any family that I speak to out there, so I don't know. It really just depends. And if I'm in a relationship, which probably won't happen, but you know.
That's the other boy advice. Just don't get in a relationship. Oh, I forgot a very important piece to that. If you are in high school and you are going to college and you have a boyfriend in high school, do not switch your school to stay with him, and do not stay with him if you go to different schools.
That's what I did.
Like, it literally, I don't think I've ever seen it work out personally. I know it does occasionally.
Yeah.
But don't let that tiny glimmer of hope stop you from having your freshman year experience, because there's so many more people out there than you even realize.
There really is.
And it's honestly not
Tinder,
worth it.
Bumble, Hinge.
It's not worth
Don't
it
get banned
to
like
stay.
me.
It's not worth it to stay in that relationship, because the thing is, if you're meant to be with him, then you will find your way back to each other.
Yes, that's very
But
true.
you need to
And they'll
spend
put in
time
effort.
alone. Yeah, you need to spend time by yourself.
Find
Especially when you're young.
Experiment in college too.
Within reason. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like go.
Yeah.
You know, if you want, like, go to that party. You know, do like
Not too many parties, though.
Yes, like put
Don't
school first, but treat
overindulge.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where I want to live in the future, I can't decide. I definitely don't really want to stay in South Carolina. If I did, it would be Charleston. But otherwise, like, I think about Florida, California, and Hawaii a lot. But then there's another part of me that wants to live in, like, Europe. But it all depends on... I had an Italian exchange student and she's like in love with her brother.
Guys, he said I was beautiful, but Kylie's better.
Wait, did he really say that?
Bro, do you not remember that? Kylie, you are beautiful. And then he said to her, Kaylee's pretty, but Kylie's better. I was like, all right, Alessandro.
I really hope he doesn't. Because Sarah watches my videos.
I don't think he'll see. If he does,
Sarah,
just know
do
I'll
not
still
show this to
marry
him.
you, Alessandro. Okay, I promise I'm a lot more attractive than I used to be. Not right now. Shoot. I hope he doesn't have a girlfriend.
I don't think he does.
Oh, perfect. Let's have a kid. Don't have kids in college, guys.
Don't have kids in your... Just don't have kids until you're like in your 30s.
And you know they're not going to
honestly.
cheat on you with their high school girlfriend.
Her dad. Screw him.
Yeah.
He's the worst. Okay. Man, that was a lot. Okay. What are some red flags to look for in boys?
Hooking up, hanging out, what they wear, what they do, where they go, if their location's on, watch their snap score. Oh, definitely figure out where they live. That's... I'm just kidding. Not really.
Don't stalk them, but you can stalk them a little bit.
Oh, okay. Here's how you do it. Don't let them think that you are stupid. Like, you can figure stuff out.
Oh yeah, if they mansplain things to you, that's a huge
I
red
broke
flag.
my hand and I was in the hospital. Really, that's why you're smoking weed in your dorm. And put it on your private story and forgot I was on there, but you're in the hospital. But yet, I'm still going out with you.
That's the exact reason why I wanted to film this video with you, because I know you'd have crap to say like that.
Sorry if you watch this video, because apparently... Oh, you know what he did tell me, though?
What?
He said that he low-key stalks my Visco because I always look good. I think that's hot. But that's also a red flag. Because he's probably just...
So I guess my red flags would be... The first one, if he seems like he talks to a lot of girls, he does. If he seems like he has hoes,
That's why you
he
watch the
does.
snap score.
Other red flags, if he's not willing to put in it, well, I need to be more specific. If he's constantly asking for forgiveness every single time that he
The man excuse... Oh, shoot. The man excuses goes with that, too.
the what?
The man excuse... Isn't that what you said? The man excuse... Like, the man excuses, like...
Mansplaining.
Yeah, like I was with the boys, or like, oh, something came up. Like, if it mattered, something would not come up,
Yeah.
and they would tell the boys or whatever they want to call themselves.
You know, okay, you know what freaking college athletes do?
Don't get it.
You know what they will do? They will ask you to hang out like freaking midnight, right? And then they're like, you can only stay for like an hour because I have conditioning in the morning. I have to get up early to work out. And then you go there, hang out with them for an hour, and then when you're leaving, they freaking leave their apartment too to go hang out with the boys, or
And
to
you're
go
just sitting in their
smash
bed.
another girl or something.
Yeah, who even knows?
Like, if he does that, like, you better run, because that's happened like all the time. All the athletes do that. Don't get with athletes. They have the biggest like egos.
They have chlamydia.
Ever.
I know that because that's what has happened to some of the girls in my school, and there's a reputation of the soccer team having chlamydia.
No, there was like,
I go to a Christian school.
there was one time this dude told me like he was just like trying to sleep with as many girls on campus as he could.
That is a sad
And I
life.
was like, are you serious? Like, does that make you feel better about yourself?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
Others, if he's too busy for you,
Yeah.
or if he says he is and he's not.
Same thing with long distance. It's like all about effort.
Yeah. I don't recommend long distance. I've never really done it, but
Some of my friends' parents have done long distance, and my ex-boyfriend's parents did long distance for a couple years, and it worked. So it's like, if there's effort, it will work. But if you've really been dating for a long time. I don't know anybody who like shortly dated and then did long distance.
yeah. And again, the thing, if you're going into high school, or if you graduated from high school and you're going into college, there's a person pulling up next to my car. Don't date your high school boyfriend.
I did that.
Don't.
And you know where that got me? Brokenhearted my sophomore year in the Target parking lot at 2 a.m.
You don't want that. I literally feel like there's so many things that I'm missing, but I can't think of them right now, so we can just go to the next one. Okay. Question number 8, what are red flags in friends? I feel like it's kind of the same thing as with guys, like if they're not putting in effort, if they're lying to you, if they don't really want to spend time with you.
Putting boys before you. Friends are forever, boys are whatever.
Yes.
That kind of sounded cool. I just kind of came up with that.
Yeah, if they're constantly spending time with their significant other and not with you, they're probably not the best friend to have. And
ditching you for boys.
Yeah, one of my closest friends at Charleston, she was dating this guy our freshman year, but like despite that, she would still hang out with us like literally all the time, and she's a really, really great friend for that. So also, if you have a boyfriend and you have girlfriends, make sure to spend time with your girlfriends and not neglect them just because you have a boyfriend, because when you guys break up, then you're not really going to have anyone to go to because you've been ignoring them the past however long. Any other things? If they, like I said before, if they lie or if they kind of say things behind your back,
yeah,
or like just like spread things. Okay, we're back. I ran out of space on my camera.
Ugh, I know you guys missed
but
this.
I know. Okay, so next question. I think we answered the red flags and
This is
friends
pretty
pretty good. Are you guys homebodies?
Absolutely not.
No. We hate it here. I'm kidding. Well, I don't hate it here, but like we both have very iffy relationships with our families.
Yeah.
So it's not
I don't
the best
speak to my
be
dad.
here.
And he, like, I went through like verbal abuse, and like I'm in counseling and stuff for it, so like it's pretty traumatizing, like, and that's also an effect in girls too, like when you see that being as an example, like they always say like date like your parents, like, you know, and I think that's why I went for such bad guys, is because that's how I was seeing my dad treat my mom. So like I feel like sometimes ever since, like, because they're getting divorced now because he had an affair, like, I am a little bit more of a homebody. But I also feel like I like my space away. Like, I enjoy being at school. I come home, like, maybe once or twice a month, like, for a weekend to, like, babysit or come home and see my mom. But, like, I also, like, can go meet her for lunch and come back. But I would definitely say I'm not that much of a homebody.
She only lives like an hour away.
Yeah, I'm not too far.
Yeah, see, it's a little different for me because Charleston's like a 4-hour drive. But yeah, I mean, I'm also in therapy. I do family therapy with my parents because
They do it with you?
we just clash a lot, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, I've been here my whole life, and like she has too. I'm like kind of tired of being here. Like, I want more variety, and I want to be somewhere more interesting because, like,
Who wants to be here?
Clemson is kind of fun, but also, like, if you actually live here for a long time, there's like nothing to do. People who are students realize
it's
there's not
why
really
you don't
anything
want
to
to
do.
go here either. Like, I know some people do, but it's also like, what are you gonna do in Clemson? Like, your parents are here, you can go to parties, you could get busted, like, you're gonna hook up, whatever. Well, you can do that at any school, so why not travel? Like, you're not gonna get that opportunity to go far away. I'm not giving good advice.
But yeah, my parents. She just took a Snapchat. My face looked awful in it. My parents didn't want me to go out of state because they didn't want to pay the out of state tuition. So that's why I went to Charleston, because it's like as far away as I can get while being in the state. But I definitely prefer being by myself and not having to worry about like parents or family or that sort of thing. Because like I said, like we don't have the best relationship. So it's a little difficult, but yeah, not homebodies at all. Okay, question number 10, advice. Oh, this is like what we were talking about, relationships with your parents. Like, any advice on like...
I feel like honesty is important, like, from a standpoint, like, you shouldn't have to tell them everything, but also you could be like, hey, I'm going out tonight. Like, I think a lot of the reason why some of my relationship is messed up with my was with my parents is because I wasn't being honest, and like the truth is, like, they're gonna accept you no matter what you've done, and no matter what they say, like, oh, we'll never forgive you, da 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 da. That's not necessarily true. Like, they will. It just takes time.
My main thing would be communication, and that's one of the reasons why my family and I do this specific therapy we do. We do this thing called DBT, and it stands for dialectical behavioral therapy, and it basically teaches you skills on how to like communicate with each other and how to validate each other. And that's been useful because I think they didn't realize how badly they were hurting our relationship until we went and did that therapy, because then they realized like, oh crap, I'm doing a lot of things wrong. So if things are really bad with your parents, try to convince them to do therapy with you, at least to try it out just to see if it helps, because it really is useful when another adult tells your parents that they are parenting you wrong, because they don't like to listen to you. At least in my experience, that's what happened. Like, I'll say one thing and then my parents wouldn't agree with it, but then the second a therapist said the exact same thing, they were like, oh my God, like, you're right. So,
and do it, if they don't want to do it together, do it by yourself. Like, I know my brother and my mom and I all do counseling because of my dad and everything, and like, I'm able to talk to my counselor about like, hey, I don't like the way that me and my brother argue, how can I fix this? Or I don't like the way I talk to my mom, like, and I feel like that some parents, I know people are going to have really strict parents, and it's like, you know, like,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like both of our parents are fairly strict.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents were like, you know, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, and I had 3 specific rules, and I broke all of them. And my mom was really upset with me, and I was upset for disappointing her, but like, having that open, honest relationship, being like, hey, even though you don't agree with this, like, I've already done it, what's done is done, like, I'm sorry if you don't like that I'm doing it, but like, I'm over 18, I'm going to do, not what I want, but like, what I think is best for me. Like, my mom got really mad when I got a tattoo.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. It's really difficult when you become an adult, but you still rely on your parents, because we both are adults, but we rely on our parents financially because they're like sending us to
school. Which is normal. I mean, most people do that.
The thing is, it does make it a bit more difficult because boundaries are hard to set when you're not really the one in control, because they could cut you off. But that's one of the reasons why you guys should just do therapy. I think everyone can benefit from therapy, and it's kind of stigmatized, but it shouldn't be.
It's not a bad thing.
It should be normalized because we both do it.
It helps.
I know really a lot of people who do it.
And it doesn't mean that you're mentally not okay or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I think it, like she said, it builds relationships, and your parents be like, wow, I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk to you like that. Like, I remember sometimes, like, when me and my mom would argue, I'd be like, it reminds me of the way that Dad used to talk to me, and she'd be like, oh, okay, I understand, like, and fix it, if that makes sense. So it's like open communication, being honest, and being okay with having therapy, and realizing that mental health is very important, and like, especially with your families, because that's who you're going to have forever, you know, like, friends come and go, boyfriends come and go, whatever, like, you're not promised anything forever, but no matter what you do, your family is literally always going to be related to you, unless they're your sperm donor, like my father.
I feel like I'm not the best person to give advice for like relationships with your parents, because like growing up, things with them were really, really, really bad, and I was like extremely depressed, and they like literally refused to listen, and they refused to change, and it took a huge toll on my health. And like, I don't know if I can forgive them for that because of how badly it hurt me. So
it's okay to not forgive too. I mean, like, personally, I don't talk to my dad anymore, and I tried to, and everybody told me no, and they were all right, I shouldn't have. But I think sometimes you want to believe your parents are going to change, or things are going to change, but at the end of the day, you have to remember your parents were your age once too. Like, what's done is done.
I think they need to remember that they were once our age.
And things are always going to be different. Like, people like, oh, you should forgive your dad, or like, oh, you'll forgive him eventually, or maybe in a couple of years. Maybe they won't say it like that. I'll be like, well, in a couple of years you might want to talk to him again. It's like, if you want to make that decision that you don't ever want to talk to them again, like, I don't want to have his last name anymore, and I don't want him. I cut him off of everything, and he cut me off too. Like, he doesn't pay for anything. Like, I don't want any relation with him other than that he was my sperm donor. Like, I don't want him as my father anymore. and like it's okay to accept that and like be like, okay, everybody has a perfect family, but I don't want that. That's okay. You don't have to have a perfect family, because at the end of the day,
I feel like
it doesn't matter.
there's no such thing as a perfect family, honestly.
Yeah. They might look perfect, but there's definitely stuff going on.
Yeah. Don't trust everything you see on social media or what you hear from other people, because things are not as glamorous as they may appear. But if you don't have the best relationship with your parents, just know that it's okay and it will get better, and you will find people that will become your family if you don't have that relationship with your current family. But yeah, so that was the last question. If you guys have any more questions for us, be sure to comment them down below, and I would love to help answer them. And I will also have her Instagram link down below if you guys want to go follow her, check her out. And
Especially if you're hot.
if you're a hot guy watching this, go hit her up. But only if you're not toxic. And if you guys made it to the end of this video, like, go you. We literally talked for like 30 minutes. I have 2 minutes left on my SD card. I gotta go delete more old footage. But yeah, so that's all for today's video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye!
Bye!